listening to Still I Rise Tea Party with Tarsha Rodgers, only on LA Talk Radio.
Good evening. Okay, no, we're not going to play this theme song again, but thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the tea party. It is just me and my sissy and my tea and my chips.
No smacking.
Top, top, cheerio, pip, pip, cheerio, and all that kind of jazz. So how you doing?
Good.
You
Doing
good?
well. Can't complain.
Can't complain?
No. Trying to stay cool in this heat. Well, it's fire for right now. Till this weekend. They made it. They're talking about a possible rolling blackouts.
Oh, please don't roll this way. Because I have to have my air.
Yeah, don't roll this way because it's crazy.
Yeah, I have to have air. So
That's what they
spoiled.
say.
I'm spoiled and I am too old to be hot.
You ain't old.
I'm too old to be hot. I can't be hot. I cannot. I told you, I make the joke all the time that I decided a long time ago, I think when I lived on Edge Hill, that I was never going to allow myself to be hot again. Because we all remember Edge Hill and
A hot box.
yeah. So I said never again. Yeah, I can't do hot. So I have been blessed and fortunate to always kind of since then have central air, and we're going to keep it that way. So I pray for no blackouts and none of that kind of stuff.
Well, it ain't fun because we were gonna go and get groceries tomorrow, but if they're doing some rolling blackouts, I'm gonna hold off probably until I get back.
So in the news, lots of stuff in the news.
Yeah, so what you want to tackle first?
Lots of good stuff going on in the news. Well, let's tackle, as usual, that idiot in chief.
Oh, the Cheeto Man, Agent Orange.
So this numbnut goes to, where was it that he went to where the guy that's paralyzed?
Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Yes. So he goes there.
Yeah, which he was told not to come.
They did not want him there. And he goes to one of the buildings, I guess, that has been burned down, and the owner didn't want to be bothered with him. So he goes and finds the previous owner and does a photo op and all that with the previous owner of the building that was burned down because the current owner didn't want to be bothered with him. This idiot proceeds to tell, I believe it was North Carolina voters, that they should vote twice. That they should basically mail in their ballots.
Oh, yeah.
And then go to the polls too.
He knows that's illegal.
That's illegal. It's a crime.
Yes, it's a crime. He's an idiot. Come on now. He's doing everything in his power to manipulate and to rig this election at all costs and all angles.
If they don't vote this idiot out, I don't know if I can stay in this country. I may have to move to Paris.
I ain't moving to Paris. I'll move to Canada.
No, I like Paris.
Oui. I'll do Canada or the Bahamas.
See my cup. My cup says Paris.
Yeah, we PP to you too.
But really, I can't.
Seriously, they really need to vote him out.
Years. I can't do 4 more years of this whack job. I can't.
No, I don't think anybody can do 4 more years of him.
Well, there's idiots that can that actually
Oh
want.
yeah, but they have you seen the poll? They took the poll of white Americans who are educated. Therefore, Biden is the ones that ain't got no education. That's for him, which is understandable.
Yeah, I could relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he assumed that urban white women who stay home and I guess in the suburbians, yeah, that he's automatically going to get votes from them. They were like, no, we're not voting for you.
No, because usually women, those type of women, they're concerned about their families, they're concerned about this virus, they're concerned about their children.
Right.
And so the women that he suckered the last go round, I think they're fed up.
Right. As they should.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a suburban. I'm a career suburban, though. I'm not nobody's soccer mom or housewife. Never have been.
Right.
But as a suburban woman, though, I was never for him in the first place. But
I can't see how any woman would be for him.
But go figure. There are a bunch of them that are.
Yeah.
I think the appeal for Donald Trump initially was the fact that here's this businessman who is going to think totally different. Nobody has any trust in any politicians. That's just a known fact. So here's this businessman who has come in and upset the apple cart because everything he's doing is not a traditional politician type thing.
Right.
And I think that is his appeal. But it's also now his downfall because there's no dignity. He has removed all dignity with the office of president.
And democracy.
It's a hot mess. A hot mess on roller skates. And he has no class, no couth, no education, and I don't care what schools he graduated from. He bought that and sailed through. Nothing seeped in. So he's totally anybody that tell you to drink Lysol and all that.
Well, you know what his own mother that birthed him said, and his sister. His sister said in some tapes, and she probably, I don't know if she realized that she was taped and she was being recorded, or she probably didn't care. Right. She basically said that he cannot be trusted.
Wow.
And his mother have basically said he's basically nothing, because they have screwed him over. I guess messed him up. So him and her and the dad. He has no type of feeling and emotion with no type of empathy. None.
Yeah, well, he totally lacks empathy. But I can't talk about him no more. My stomach gonna start hurting. What you think about Nancy Pelosi and her getting her hair done? Girlfriend, come on, Nancy, come on. You've got to set a better example.
I will say this. She should have worn her mask.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Because because they kept playing the video. Someone, I guess it was the owner that was walking behind her, he was wearing a mask. Right. And she's not. And I guess they made it seem like she felt that they made it seem like to her that, okay, she's the only person in here. We're going to only service her and everything. So she let her guard down and was caught not wearing a mask. Right. Come to find out, the owner of the shop didn't like the way she was handling the virus, talking about they were messing up. Since you closing down salons and barbershops, you messing up my money and everything. And, that's basically set her up. I believe, yes, it was a setup, but however, she should have worn her mask.
Should have worn her mask. She should have worn her mask. Yeah,
And
I got my hair done not too long ago. I was the only one in the shop though.
I got my hair cut today, this morning.
But I had my mask on. The person doing my hair had their mask on. I had my mask on, and yeah, and I was the only one in there.
Right. My hairstylist, she will take your temperature.
Yeah.
He has on a face shield, and it is required to wear the mask.
Yeah.
And people still to this day, we're like what, 8 months into this virus, and they still going down fighting with this mask, saying that it impedes on their civil rights.
Right. Hi, Virginia. Hi, Colette. Hi, Dee. We've got company watching us. Hey, lady.
Got company.
And they are from St. Mary's. Isn't that wonderful? Everybody that's watching right now is from St. Mary's.
Whatever.
Does that make you happy, St. Bernard's?
St. Bernard's Vikings, okay?
No,
no bells.
St. Mary's in the house. We got all the bells in the house. Woo, woo,
woo.
Boo. So yeah, I think she exercised poor judgment with the whole not having on her mask. And so of course Fox News and everybody that
they're gonna ride this.
They have been running the story in the ground, which is ironic because you people don't wear masks. You're not for masks. So why do you care what Nancy's doing anyway?
Right. You're saying that it's a ploy, it's a Democratic ploy.
Right.
And all that bull crap. Right.
So anybody listening that knows anybody that's on unemployment, I need you to listen up.
Again.
So no, it's not.
No, good. It's some fraud going on.
It's not the 600, but it's something. So what you signed was the 300. So basically, what's going to happen next? I believe this coming Sunday. If anybody is certifying this coming Sunday, they will get 3 weeks they will get 300 a week going all the way back to August 1st.
Oh, retro.
California is in the works of getting 5 weeks of the 300. And then I guess they're hoping by 5 weeks, something would be signed or some type of agreement. I don't see it, but some type of agreement. So if you guys know of anyone who's getting unemployment, tell them and they've been dropped from that. If for example, they were getting the max, so they might have been getting 2,100 if they were getting the max, and now they've been dropped all the way down to 900. Whew. Tell them help is on the way, because not only will they start at least getting the 300 a week, which I think will take them up to 1,500 or 1,600, something like that, but they'll get that retro back to August the 1st. So, yeah, so I've been keeping abreast of that and been letting people know, because that was a big hit. Because I watched CNN yesterday and I saw all these people in Houston.
Yes, I watched that video today. That was so sad.
People being evicted.
It scared me.
The sheriff didn't want to do it. He's just doing his job, but he didn't want to do. The guy that was pulling all the stuff out,
he was crying.
He didn't want to do it. And I don't even know how. I know the CDC is trying to get some type of stay on evictions, but you got to jump through so many hoops to even to qualify, until I don't know how many people that's going to actually help.
Yeah, they actually because it's so hot in Houston, they were this elderly lady.
Yeah, they gave her
they gave her a reprieve. But
love you too, Junior. Hey, Junior, why he said he love us both.
Hey, Junior. No,
yeah, but that was really sad. That was really sad. I get that as a if you're a property owner, what happens to them? I mean, if you give somebody a reprieve on paying the rent, what happens to the property owner? So I can see both sides of that.
I see both sides too.
I feel like if you're gonna give a reprieve to the renter, you should give a reprieve to the owner.
Right. Because
Because
it's a domino effect.
it's a domino effect and somebody gonna be asked out either way. And I think in the end it's gonna end up being the renter, because if that owner gets behind and loses it, that renter gonna have to go anyway.
Right. So it can replace with a renter that can actually pay.
Right. Right.
But I don't know. It's kind of like a catch-22. With, hopefully with the jobs opening up, who's going to pay rent?
Right.
They're slowly opening up. Everything is slowly opening up, but if you are open, that's good.
Yeah.
However, you're cutting back on your clientele too, so you're not bringing in the revenue that you're used to.
Right. Right.
So how you going to supplement that? That's strange.
Yeah. I just hope that, they can put some type of stay on the evictions, because on top of everything that's going on, and you can't be in a shelter and you don't know who you're rooming with or sharing space with, and what their background is, and it's just too much.
Yeah, so that's another thing. People still want to go out and not respecting the people that's in the house. They keep going in and out. It's like, okay, you're going to be around everybody, at least wear a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad I don't have that. I'm knock on wood, and I had a 21-year-old just turned 21 and ready to see the world and experience the world, but I didn't have no problems. I know a lot of people that had young adults living in their house that was that were getting on their last nerve, that are still
going in and out.
Because they in and out. I made it plain to him, you ain't gonna do that in and out, because you go out, you can't come back in. So he did smart things like go to the little donut place, and they all in the parking lot hanging out in front of their cars or whatever,
right,
with their mask on. Or they go hiking and they all 6 feet apart with their mask on, hiking and doing stuff like that. But parties and gatherings and going inside people's houses, riding in the car with somebody else, he didn't do none of that. And now he's at school, and by the grace of God, he got that he has that apartment. He got a 2-bedroom apartment and no roommate. Hallelujah. So he's all by himself. Good. He finally showed us a video of he got some more groceries, so I guess he'll be eating a little better. But come to find out, he did not get last year I paid for him to have meals, 3 meals a day or whatever. So he did not get that. So your mama call and tell her we on the show. He did not get that this year. So it's all on him. I said, well, okay, well, that's $2,000 that, we'll throw some money your way to for groceries. So you just keep buying groceries and figure out how to cook some stuff. So, but he's all by himself, but he calls every now and then. He tells me, like, Mom, it's just a matter of time. I'll be back home, because he said it's already 40 kids in quarantine right now. These colleges had no business.
They had no business opening up these dang on schools, because they had, I think it was North Carolina. They had to, I don't know if they had to shut it down, but they shut down the dang on frat parties.
Yeah. Because you can't.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, because they don't have no sense. A lot of them don't have no sense at that age. Braxton's an old soul. He's only child, so he's an old soul. But the average
they don't
have no damn sense.
No, they don't. So, and it's automatic. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Get kids away from their
parents. Told me, he said, I might as well get ready to get my airplane ticket or whatever, because I'm sure I'll be back home. He said he thinks he'll be back home way before November.
Really? Yeah. That'd be good.
Because and there's a group of people, I guess, on the administration that are trying to get the president to do it online. But I guess if she feels like if she does that, no money's going to be made, because there's no cafeteria, no parking, no dorms, none of that. So then now how do you pay your staff? That's why the schools are opening, because if they're not open and everybody's at home online, there's no revenue. And if there's no revenue, there's no way to pay the teachers.
Oh hell.
It's just a hot mess all around. It's a hot mess all around.
Yeah. And it's one person's fault.
One person's fault. That's it. That's it. That's all.
One person's fault. All this chaos and confusion. Now, speaking of online with the elementary school, which is it's pros and cons. I've talked to a few friends, and they've said that their kids' elementary.
Keep talking. I'm trying to figure out how to bring. Junior wants to join. I'm trying to figure out how to bring him on. Let me see.
Oh, okay. Well, hurry up. But anyway, they're saying that okay, I've talked to a few of my friends, and with their kids' school, they're online, they're good, they're happy with it, happy with the structure and everything. However, on the flip side, you do have some other people who their kids' devices aren't working.
Mm-hmm.
And the classes are usually my friend's child, he goes to junior high school. She said that the classes are normally should be 1 hour. That class was only 15 minutes.
Oh wow.
15 minutes, 30 minutes. And it's hard, and it's not a smooth transition with it being online as well, because you have all these kids on a server.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very hard. And this is one particular school.
Mm-hmm.
This teacher, I guess some child was cussing the teacher out.
Oh dear.
Teacher could not find who actually cursed her out. She couldn't find the kid. Now I don't know if it was Zoom.
Oh, Zoom?
I don't know if it was Zoom, because on Zoom you can see who's talking.
Right.
Because it highlights, it flashes. But I don't know what type of mechanism, what type of program they were using. These schools are using. So if it was, yeah. So I'm like, ooh. And plus, I don't know if the kids was just sitting there with their mask on. They not sitting. The majority of them that I've seen, they're not sitting there with their mask on. Got
Right.
the little laptop. They got the the classroom. Their friends looking at them. They looking at their friends and everything, and the teacher. And how can you not find out who's cursing you out?
Wow.
So yeah,
Unreal.
it's a hot mess on these online learnings, with these elementary school kids and junior high.
Well, I have an update on the nail salon.
Okay.
That we protested and got them up out of Carson. So a young lady by the name of Brandy, her name is Brandy Renee. She took over the salon, and she is having her grand opening on next Saturday from 10 to 5. And the name of the salon is Pretty as Me. So I am very, very happy for her.
Oh, good.
That is a story. That's just a wonderful story that had a wonderful ending. Well, it was a bad story, but it had a very good ending.
Right.
We got that heifer up out of there, and she walked away from an entire nail salon, and all they had to do was just walk in and take over the lease, and it's theirs. Because their culture, they have I think it's a thing of it might be part of the feng shui or whatever, that because it's like a bad karma associated with that. So her beliefs were for her to just walk away from all of it and start anew and not take anything from that shop.
Oh yeah.
That's their belief. But their belief worked in Brandy's favor.
Yeah.
I am very, very excited.
That's good.
I posted it in the Black Warriors Facebook group.
I saw it. Yeah.
We're gonna go. We're gonna wear our t-shirts. Power to the people. And we are going to, I probably won't get any services done or whatever. I'm not quite ready for that yet, but I definitely just want to show my support and there's going to be a Black-owned nail salon in Carson.
Good.
I think that's a wonderful thing. And I think again that was a very happy ending to a traumatic story, because that was very traumatic what that nail person said about George Floyd, and for her to just, and she continued and continued and continued to spew all that hate, and thought she was going to continue to service African Americans. No, ma'am. And I took a lot of flack for organizing that protest. I had people found me on Twitter. I had somebody tweet me and say, "Oh, are you Tarsha Rodgers, the singer, and a breast cancer survivor, and you blah 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 blah?" Oh yeah, honey, I was read chapter and verse, but I reread them more chapters and more verses.
Good.
To the point where the one lady apologized because she didn't really. It's like, know the story, know the reason. I'm not trying to attack this woman or tear down her business, but I'm trying to prove a point that you're not going to continue to
take people's money, and you're talking and you're berating them,
and you're going to sit there and talk about them like that, and insult them and say the things that you said. They were very insulting. And all we didn't do nothing to her. We didn't threaten her, despite the lies that she put out there that she was being threatened. All we did was to stop patronizing her. All we did was get the word out to everyone: don't patronize this business. Don't let her make another dime in the city of Carson. And that's all it took. That's it. That's all. That's why there's strength in numbers. There's strength when we all get together. There's strength in our Black dollars. And
yes, there is. And if we can stop spending, we'll shut all this mess down.
Well, absolutely. So that's all that was about, was you're not going to just keep spending. I'm sorry, you're not going to just keep, expecting us to spend money with you, and you get to stay here. And so we shut her down financially. She moved, and someone else was blessed in the process. So, and not that I had to explain myself to the Twitter bullies, but, I shut them all down. Don't come at me, because you don't know nothing about me.
Right. Well, with Twitter, you can say
they see the story on the news, and anytime there's a news story, it's also, there's an internet version, there's a Facebook version of the same news story, there's a Twitter version of the same news story. So when these people read these stories, oh, there's a whole bunch of Black vigilantes that ran this person, blah 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 blah. So now they her name is Tarsha Rodgers. Oh, let me see if I can find her. Oh, here she is. And then they, then they go in their little rants or whatever.
Right.
So, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah. Because
So the CDC has done an about face.
They have.
Of pressure from, here I go again talking about that clown, and his administration, pressure from him and his administration. And now they've done an about face. And now they're saying that if you are asymptomatic, you don't need to be tested. Scratch his head. How are you going to know you're asymptomatic if you don't get
without being tested?
Can you tell me? How are you going to know that you even have the virus if you're asymptomatic? You got to get a test.
Right. People are stupid. And I'm so very surprised at these institutions. But you know what, though?
They're being pressured.
They being pressured and probably being bribed. Talking about they're gonna take away their funding.
Yeah, I don't think they're being bribed. I just think they're being pressured. They're being pressured. And part of why people don't cooperate, don't wear the mask, don't do what they're supposed to do, is because of all the various different stories.
Because they don't know what to believe. But my thing is, I know it's not so common, but common sense should tell you, you have all of a sudden this virus.
Right.
You have people getting sick. That should tell you to wear a mask.
Yep.
The Rock and his whole family contracted it.
Yes.
And I was reading the comments, and people can sure talk a whole lot of BS. but would not say that to anyone to their face because they scared and they're bullies. Keyboard gangsters, that's what they call
Keyboard
them.
gangsters.
Yeah. And they say basically, oh, saw this one comment saying, oh, he was paid to say that him and his family contracted the virus.
Wow.
Well, how you going?
They've said that about all the dang on celebrities.
Right. I'm like, they're people too.
Yeah.
So they're supposed to be off in their own bubble, not get sick or contract anything, really?
Right.
People are just idiots. They're idiots. They will only believe what they believe. They believe all these conspiracy theories.
And but you also have the White House. They push the conspiracy theories too as well.
Right.
It's just crazy.
Right, because they want to push. They pushing his they want him to still be president so they can hit their agenda off on him because he's stupid.
Right. Yeah. It's just all too much. It's just all too much.
But yeah, Rock contracted the virus by having people at the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
And not knowing where them people been.
Right.
What they got going on, whether or not
they're not staying in the house and going quarantine. They, not knowing if they're going in and out their home without their mask.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's why. Yeah. Nope. I cannot.
Yeah, I would like to go traveling. Hopefully next year, but
I know we're gonna do Vegas for at probably Thanksgiving, but it's gonna be done differently. It's gonna, well, I mean, I don't plan on going anywhere. It's just, I guess it's just going from a house to a hotel and hotel back home. I intend to carry myself there the same way I do here. I'm going to stay in. If I'm outside, I have on my mask, but I would prefer to be outside places. I'm not going to be hanging out in no casinos and none of that. So I just can't. I can't. I'm not ready. People invite me to stuff and I'm like, thank you for the invite, but no, thank you.
I don't even want anybody in my house right now.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. But the most of it is outside stuff. But you look up and how many people have you invited? Because if you've invited 50 people to be outside, that's too many.
No, because there's they're gonna have your neighbors probably gonna call the police saying it's too many people.
Oh, they for sure call the police over here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They've been calling the police over at that house. They kept, I guess it was the owner or people who were renting that house that was on Crescent Heights.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Why are people, oh my God, why are people having these parties, renting houses and having these parties?
My thing is, why are anybody's going? That renting a house and you're going.
Right.
I know somebody who knew somebody that went to that party and she died.
Oh no.
She died because I think it was out of not from COVID, but when the shots rung out, she got hit.
Oh dear. Oh wow. Yeah, that's too much.
So I'm like, you have children. Why in the hell are you going to a party for a football player? Why would you want to be around anybody and then have a chance? You're not even thinking about getting shot. It's still a virus out. Why are you out amongst that house was filled with people.
Wow.
And you had another house event. It was a wedding reception. And I think the helicopter or the drones, they were like flying over And I guess somebody reported they reported that that reception too. So
yeah. So yeah, we're gonna try to do Vegas for Thanksgiving, but again, it's gonna be, we're definitely gonna drive.
Yeah, good luck to that.
And it'll be because he wanted to do it this summer, but I don't do heat, so. And I'm not still not quite ready. Maybe I'll be ready by November. Who knows? I might change my mind again. But I'm very, stay over there.
Right. And with the airlines, I guess they're back to their old tricks, packing people in.
Yeah, Braxton said he had there was nobody sitting next to him, so I was like, thank goodness.
Wow. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
But see, he wasn't going to a popular. He wasn't going to a popular place. Now, had that been Florida or New York or Atlanta, that's different.
Yeah, because sure ain't nobody going to Alamosa.
Yeah.
They like, most people are like, what the hell is an Alamosa?
And where is it?
Oh my God, the hick place. I'm telling you, I'm not looking forward to going back there when he graduates. I know that.
I'm curious to see, is he out in the sticks? It's cow country, huh? Shooting the cud in the cut.
The only store they have is Walmart. What does that tell you?
Ooh, they need to upgrade their surroundings.
That's where he goes for everything. Groceries, everything. Walmart. They don't have a Wells Fargo bank.
Okay, that's not good. What kind of bank do they have? Do they have credit union?
I think they got the Bank of Alamosa.
Why did he choose this school? Why?
So we have to Cash App him, Venmo, Google Pay. What else he got? Zelle. We got to do all that to get money to him because it's put some money in his account because ain't no. Well, I guess I could, but he can't do no in-bank transactions.
Well, technically, people kind of frown on you giving cash anyway. What?
Lali said, help my child. Walmart.
I know. Walmart, yeah. No, but right now, people welcome, if you purchasing something in the store, they prefer for you to use your card, not cash. They kind of frown on taking people's cash. The original was like, just keep the change. I don't even want the change back.
Right. Lani said, at least he has he got more food though. He showed me and Keith, he showed us a video. I think he had some ham and what else he bought? He bought a skillet. I said, well, what are you cooking in the skillet? And he's like, well, I gotta go back to the store to get stuff to put in the skillet. I said, okay.
Oh gosh.
He got oatmeal, so he know how to make himself some oatmeal.
Oh, good times. That was good.
And he showed us a couple of things he had in his freezer.
Okay.
And his little Nutella sandwiches. And he had his refrigerator's full of Gatorade.
Well, at least he won't lose no electrolytes.
Yeah, he definitely hydrated because he got all the Gatorade. And then he had these protein shakes too. He said he on a diet. So I'm like, okay. I said, yeah, the starvation diet. That's what it looked like to me. The jail eating diet.
Does he have top ramen?
No, that would have been a good one. That's the typical college student meal. Some top. He had rice though.
Some smoked turkey hot links
though, because it was in the freezer. I said I've never seen rice in a freezer before.
Rice in a freezer. Who told him that?
It wasn't me. I said rice in the freezer.
Yeah. My nephew, he got to come back home. Come back home to civilization. Sound like you in the caveman days.
Every time I talk to him, he said, Mom, it's just a matter of time because they crazy. They keep partying and stuff around here. I just stay in my apartment. I don't come out. He said, it's just a matter of time. He said, like I told you, it's already 40 kids in quarantine. So, 40 kids in quarantine. So he said, it's just a matter of time. They're going to shut it down.
They need to shut it down. They needed to shut all these universities down. If you have a capability of doing stuff online, you could do school online. Just finish this. This whole year is a wrap.
But it goes back to what I said earlier, that if they do everything online, there's no, if he comes home, let's just use him as an example. If he
Okay.
comes home, there's nobody paying. They have to refund us the dorm fee money. They will have to refund part of the tuition because they did all of this last spring. They had to do this. They have to refund. It's $2,000 for him to have the meals, 3 meals a day. If I pay for that, they had to refund most of that last March.
Wait, 2,000 a month?
No, full 2,000 for the semester.
Oh, semester. I'm about to say, dang, what school is this? And he out in the sticks.
That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But they had to refund most of that back in March because he came home and he stayed home.
Right.
So if that's what happens with these kids. If they send them back home to be online, they're losing. I read
they're losing money.
They're losing money even with parking. Some schools make $2 million a year in parking. So if you don't have that,
I know.
You have, and you can't pay your faculty, you can't pay your staff, you can't pay administration. All those things help pay those people. So that's why they want to keep them there. But
I swear this mofo done effed up every damn thing.
Yeah. He really has.
I swear, I just want to hog tie his ass and just have the cattle 9 tails on him.
Yeah, he's screwed up big time, and it's really sad because again it also goes back to what we were talking about earlier with the evictions. Everything, it's been a trickle down, and it's really affecting people financially. If these schools, again, if they go back to online, all those people are going to be laid off. All those people are going to lose their jobs. You already got 15,000 people in LA County about to be furloughed for 18 days.
Well, I have a old co-worker. I remember I used to work at a transplant, and they have majority of the representatives, patient service reps. They are at home. They're able to work from home full time. However, since she is an administrative assistant, she can't work from home any longer. But she has a child at home. Her child is 7 and 8 years old.
Wow.
Who's going to keep her child?
Wow.
And she can't. I don't know what happened. I didn't check with her. I did probably need to check with her to see the update. But her boss was like, well, you have to, come in. We'll provide their. My job has a program that they provide like babysitting services for, but she doesn't need to be babysitted. She needs to be in school, and she does school online. So how's that gonna,
And I have friends. I have like my neighbor who lives out here, my friend Misha. She has a day job. She has a salon, and then all her 3 children are at home. All of them doing school for homeschool, or 2 children.
Right.
And she's trying to do her day job, and she's trying to help them. It's a lot. It is a lot. And the means, some people have the means to pay somebody to come there and almost be like a teacher. The vast majority of people don't have those means.
No, they don't. To get private school. Virginia
mentioned that she's concerned with the payroll tax holiday.
Yeah, what's that all about?
The payroll tax holiday basically is, because I've been dealing with this, you get a break from paying taxes. And that's instead of, I guess that's something Trump threw in there to appease people. So, but yes, because
for you to owe it back at the end of the year? Oh, hell no.
In January, they pay it back, or it'll start accruing interest and penalties. Now, if Congress votes to forgive it, then you got that money free. But they couldn't even agree to give you $600 for unemployment. So how they are going to agree to forgive payroll taxes? And you're not paying into Social Security. You're not paying into disability. So all those things I wouldn't do that. Let the folks take your money. Go and take my money out my check. I ain't doing that.
Do these people know the long-term effects on this? All because they want some quick money.
They go, because I feel if you've got a job, don't, don't give in to that stuff. Just keep, let them keep taking the stuff out to taxes or whatever,
Right.
and don't fall prey to that, because you're gonna get a lot of money the beginning of the year.
That's why I didn't do that. They had mortgage assistance.
Yes, Virginia, you can opt out. You can let your payroll or your HR person, whoever does your payroll, let them know you don't want that, and you can't opt out.
Right.
Yeah,
because I didn't even
email your HR person immediately, tell you don't want that. Keep taking your tax.
That's a pit that you'll fall right in that trap, and then you'll be owing.
Because they couldn't agree to give people continue the 600. They couldn't agree to do a second stimulus. So what makes you think they're going to agree to forgive that payroll tax? They're not.
Hopefully we'll get that second stimulus. That is, if they work something out after Labor Day.
Oh, so are they on vacation or something?
They're on vacation. Congress is on vacation. They said they were going to work, when after Labor Day, they will go back into talks and get providing like the same $1,200 stimulus.
Okay.
But if they the House and the Senate pass, I think on September 16th or that week, or they pass as soon as possible, and he signs it, then it can be in your bank probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks. But they're going to have to the Senate and the House going to have to be on one accord.
And that's why I'm independent, because the Democrats is just get on my nerves just as much as the Republicans.
They both get on my nerves.
Yeah, because they both all and forget about all this other stuff y'all trying to get. Can y'all please help the people? The people are suffering. The people have lost their jobs. The people are at food banks. The people are being evicted. Can you help the people? Forget about all these little extra earmarks and things you trying to dangle and get, and Nancy Pelosi, all of y'all. Can y'all cut it out and just help the people? That's it.
And then the treasurer, I think Steve Mnuchin, whatever the hell his name is, his verbiage when he says the people don't need to, taxpayers don't need to be paying extra to the people who are bringing in $600 extra. They need to be, I'm like, the people and the taxpayers are the same people, fool.
Hold on. I'm gonna clear this up one last time. I'm gonna say this one last time.
That's what he's saying.
And I might offend some people, and I don't care. First of all,
I don't give a damn about offending folks.
Some of the main people that are so upset about the $600 need to be worried. You need to be worried about why, number one, your employer don't care enough about you to give you hazard pay. That's
thank you.
Number two, you need to be worried about why that appears to be so much money that you're so bothered, because maybe you need another job. That I'm sick of it, because that little $600 is keeping people afloat. It's keeping some people keeping things.
You know what goes on in people's households.
That $600 for a whole lot of people didn't help. Now that didn't even help not one bit, because they were making more than that. If you take $600 and put it into a yearly salary, it is only $58,000 a year. We're in California. How far you think $58,000 a year goes? Let's be real.
Barely.
Let's be real. There are a lot of people that make more than that. So when you're hearing him and ha, because somebody is getting $600 and they at home, they barely making it. They still got to worry about medical insurance, life insurance, and all the other extras that maybe was part of their job before. Now they got to worry about those things. So
and I'm sure somebody
going far.
I'm sure someone has made one of their insurance, their life insurance lapse. I'm sure, because they can no longer pay on it. And that's bad.
Right.
You don't want that. You don't want your life insurance to be lapsed.
Oh, they getting that extra $600. Give me
what's it to you?
Right. And so
that's why taxes come out of your check for those type of situations. I don't get it with people, because hell, I be on ABC7. I'll be like looking at people's comments. I'm like, hold on, I gotta tell them, like, why is everybody trying to count people's money?
Right.
Stay the hell out of people's damn pockets.
I saw a post that was very offensive. The post said, you got the $1,200 stimulus and you got the extra $600 a week. You should have bought a house or whatever. What kind of house you buying in California with $2,100 every 2 weeks?
You ain't buying shit but a dollhouse. How about that?
What? A house? What kind of house you gonna buy in California with that?
A dollhouse. That's what you're buying.
And again, I had mentioned at the beginning of the show, and I want to reiterate, if you know anybody who is on unemployment, this is what the deal is right now in California. That the whack man in chief signed the $300, the little executive order, and so California took it. They went ahead and jumped on it, and they took it for 5 weeks. So what happens if you are certifying this coming Sunday? I guess that's going into the week of the 7th.
Right.
You will get the 300 go backdated all the way to August the 1st. So you'll get the 300 for whatever your payment is going to be for the next 2 weeks or whatever, and then you'll get it backdated as well. But then that's it. It's only for 5 weeks, and I guess the hope is that they'll get something negotiated to either get back to the 600 or get 400 or 5 or whatever, and keep it moving for the rest of the year. But you will get something back, so just hold on or whatever, because I've been having to tell people this, and so I just wanted to put the information out there. The 300, California did get the 300 for 5 weeks, and you'll get it backdated all the way to August 1st.
Okay.
So, but it really needs to be the 600, because again, if you're getting the max unemployment at 450, now you're getting 300. That's a $900. That's a $1,200 check. But for those that are not getting the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6 right now, all they get is $900. $900 every 2 weeks in California.
That's
from whatever they were getting on their job. Now they're down to, because if you're at the max, that means you are making a higher salary. But now you've dropped down all the way to $900 every 2 weeks. That's what people don't understand. These numbers are based on what you were making on a job. So if you were making 60, 65, 70, 75, 80,000 a year, and now you done dropped all the way down to the 900 plus plus the 600, it still don't equate or add up.
It don't equate it. No, it doesn't.
And I'm sorry for anybody that makes less or whatever, but you got to understand, when you sit here and talk about people and try to make them feel bad because they're getting unemployment and they're getting a little extra or whatever, and it might be more maybe than what you're making, I'm sorry. But if they're making that high number, that means that on their job, they were making a higher number. And now they've been knocked all the way down. And they still got to pay them bills. So people are not getting over. They're hurting. They are hurting. And that's why they need to hurry up and fix it all. But I had to say that because I'm so sick of this whole people getting mad because somebody was getting $600 a month. Worry about you and why you ain't getting that.
Worry about yourself.
On your job, you not getting that. So. And Sharon says you have to be receiving, and that's correct, Sharon. You have to be receiving 100 a week or more, and that's horrible. If you're receiving less than 100 a week, you will not qualify for the 300. And why they threw that in there, I have no idea.
What?
So you have to. So you can get anywhere from $25 a week in unemployment up to that max of $450. So if you're getting at least 100 up to that $450, you'll get the 300. If you were getting $50 a week, like when Braxton first stopped working he got laid off from Sky High, his first little job, because they closed. So I said, till school starts, go get you some little unemployment. His unemployment wasn't no more than, because it was a part-time job. His unemployment was like $60 every 2 weeks or something like that or whatever. But that was enough for him at that time. So somebody like that, he wouldn't qualify for the 300 because that unemployment was only $60 every 2 weeks.
Wow. Okay.
Or $60 a week. I'm sorry. His weekly rate was $60. So he got like 120 every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, and those are usually the people that need it, the ones that are not making the 100, or well, they all, anybody on unemployment needs it. So I don't understand why they decided to make it, if you make under 100 you don't qualify, because if you're on unemployment, you could use that extra money. So it's just a mess all around. Like I said, you got people losing they're being evicted, they're being thrown out of their homes, and
right.
meanwhile, they're arguing about shit that don't matter, getting a new FBI building and all kind of other. What does this have to do with tea in China? Help the people, because the people are hurting.
They don't care.
No, they don't care.
It's all about the have and the have-nots, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
You really don't care.
So we just, we got to stay prayed up, and we got to vote by any means necessary. You got to vote, because this one here, he got to go.
Yeah, him and his imps and his purge-looking family too. Yeah. They all got to go. Yeah. All of them.
All of them. Melania too, with her robotic self.
Right.
Yeah, I've about had it, because I feel like all of it is his fault.
It is his fault.
It goes
all of it.
Knew about this at the beginning of this year and you ignored it. It's a hoax. It's a Democratic.
All it's gonna be cleared up. Yeah, that's what he said. It's my new.
Only 2 people have it. Nobody has died. Well, now I believe I could turn to CNN right now. Let me see something.
It's about 100. What is 108,000 now?
It's after 6. Cobo's on. They don't have the numbers up, but I believe this morning when I saw it was 180 something.
180. Yeah.
Dead. Now, and here's another conspiracy. Oh, those numbers are wrong. They could be wrong, but they don't think they're wrong in terms of being overinflated. They think they're wrong in terms of being undercounted. They think they're much higher than that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They think the numbers are much.
Yeah, because people are still, because Cuomo and Dr. Sanjay Gupta, that's his doctor that was helping him when he was going through COVID. They were saying that, dang, I lost my train of thought. They were saying that people still haven't been tested. They still need more testing. Yeah. And that's why that fool, Agent Orange, was saying about a month ago, saying that we don't want to do any more testing.
So ignorant. That's so ignorant. That's just like
why? Because you getting tired of these numbers going up?
That's like telling a bunch of pregnant women, I need y'all to stop taking pregnancy tests. They still pregnant. In 9 months, a baby's still gonna pop out. Whether they take that pregnancy test or not, the baby's still gonna pop out. So
right.
That's why I say he has no logic, no form of reasoning whatsoever, that he thinks if we stop the testing, we lower the numbers. No, the testing just shows who actually has the virus. It doesn't
right.
The virus. The virus is still there.
Does not cover
right now, I have it whether I get tested or not.
Right.
I can't with him. He gives me a headache. He gives me an actual.
Oh, you don't want how Mama feels about him.
No,
you don't want to know.
Don't talk about him. He's gonna make my blood pressure go up.
Right.
Yeah, she feels about him the way she feels about some other folks. But anyway.
Yeah. If not worse.
Don't talk about him.
Don't talk about him. Raise my blood pressure.
She uses some other words that I'm not gonna say. On the air.
Yeah, Mama's very detailed.
Yeah. But anyway, we done talked a whole hour, and that's talking about current events, and that is our show for today.
Yes.
And so I'm sure we'll have something to talk about next week. I think I actually have a little story brewing next week. I'm not sure. I gotta check it out, but I may have something good for us next week. But anyway, I want everybody to have a safe and happy Labor Day. Whatever you do, just be sensible and wear your mask and all that good stuff. And don't go to no large gatherings or any of that, and just take care of yourselves.
And stay away from them Karens and Kennys.
And stay away from.
Because I ain't got no money for your books.
Yes. All that good stuff. And don't eat too much because you gonna gain that COVID weight.
Well, I've already done that, so
I lost my COVID weight. I said the devil is a lie. So
good.
yeah. All right,
Thank you, Virginia. She said, great show.
Virginia. Thanks, Sharon, Lanice Jr., all y'all from St. Mary's, Colette. Oh yeah, Sharon from St. Mary's too. You're outnumbered. It was about 6
Whatever. Yeah, y'all lucky. Y'all Bill chicks is lucky, but
You are
Vikings in the house.
it's all about the bells. And remember that our glory does not consist in never falling, but in rising. Every time we fall, still I rise, still we all rise, and we're going to rise above this COVID. And we will see you all next week. I love you and thank you for watching.
Love y'all. Have a great holiday.
You're listening to Still I Rise Tea Party with Tarsha T. Rodgers, only on LA Talk Radio.